नमः सर्वेभ्यः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं वदामि संस्कृतं सदा। ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक् वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। शुभः मंगलवासरः। कोविद वर्गस्य 23 वर्गः अद्य। अनेके विषयाः अस्माभिः पठिताः। समासः, सनन्ताः, णत्व नियमः, णिच् प्रत्ययः, तद्दिदान्ताः। एते विषयाः समाप्ताः। अद्य अलङ्कारः इति पठिष्यामः। अलङ्काराः बहु सरलमस्ति। अन्य भाषायाम् अपि भवति एव। यत्र भाषायां सौन्दर्यवर्धनं भवति अलङ्कारः इति उच्यते। इट इज लाइक एन ऑर्नमेंट। यथा मानवाः आभूषणानि आभरणानि धरन्ति, तादृशं काव्यमपि, काव्यं, कविता, गद्यं, पद्यं तादृशम् एव अलङ्कारभूषणानि धरन्ति। तदेव अलङ्काराः। अलङ्क्रियते इति अलङ्कारः। किमर्थम् अलङ्क्रियते? सौन्दर्यवर्धनम् अत्र भवति, टु एन्हान्स् द ब्यूटी। परीक्षायां मध्ये उक्त्वा अहम् अग्रे सरामि। परीक्षायां मध्ये अलङ्कारः इति शीर्षकं दत्वा लिखतु फॉर लाइक 2 marks or 3 marks, अथवा मैच द फॉलोइंग इति भवति। साधुः वा साधु असाधु भवति। एकम् उदाहरणं दत्वा शब्दालङ्कारः वा अर्थालङ्कारः वा तादृशमेव भवति। It is not very detailed in the Vyakaranam section. It is more for our understanding. So the way I would approach this, atra alankaraha ke iti patitva, alankara vedaha ke iti patitva, atra ekeka udaharanam. Shabdalankarah ityukte kah? Shabdalankarasya भेदः प्रभेदाः के इति पठित्वा एकैक उदाहरणं टिप्पणी पुस्तके लिखतु। संस्कृतभाषायाम् एव लिखतु। किमर्थं चेत् इट यूजुअली कम्स इन द पार्ट वेयर यू हैव टू राइट इन संस्कृतम. So that is where I would focus. Typically they don't give very rare where they give an example and ask us to identify or something beyond what is given in the book. So before starting, I thought I will mention that. Astu atra alankriyate iti alankarah. Kimartam abhushanam bhavati. Atra saundarya vardhanam bhavati. Alankaraha atra bhavanti chet kavyam bahu ruchikaram bhavati. Yada vayam kavyam pathamah tada ruchim anubhavamah. There is a lot of happiness that is experienced whenever alankarah is there. Bahavaha kavayah alankara prayogah kurvanti eva. Lot of poets use it, like even in like songs or anything where there is a alankara which is used there, or an imagination which is there with some sort of enhancement that happens, that it usually touches our heart and we experience a lot of joy. Tadeva alankara. Atra kavyasya ruchim vardhayati. Kavyam bahu ruchikaram bhavati. Alankaraha kimartam shabda prayogena athava arthena saundaryam vardhayati. Artha atra shabda prayogena, the way the words are used in general, rhyming words iti Angila bhashayam vadamaha khalu. So whenever there is the endings rhyme together, sat and bat. So similar to that. Atra shabda prayogena, yatra shabdaha bhavanti, atra tadrisha prayogena saundaryam vardayati. Athava arthena, atra ekam udaharanam upama athava rupalankaraha datva, atra arthena kavyasya saundaryam vardhayate chet tadapi alankaraha eva. Alankaraha dvividaha. Katam bhavati, shabda prayogena bhavati athava arthena bhavati. Punaha aham vadami. Alankriyate iti alankaraha. Yatha manavaha abhushanani dharanti, abharanani dharanti, samanam kavyasya saundarya vardhanartham alankaraha prayujyate. Alankaraha kavyasya abhushanam bhavati. Yatha vayam kavyam patishyamaha, yada vayam kavyam patishyamaha, tatha alankaraha bhavanti chet atra kavyam bahu ruchikaram bhavati. Alankaraha shabda rupena athava artha rupena saundaryam vardayati. Shabdasya prayogam kritva rhyming iti uchyate kalu, tadrisham alankaraha bhavati. Athava arthena yada vayam artham nyayate nyayante tadha vayam anandam anubhavamaha. Atra kavyasya saundarya vardhanam bhavati. Alankaraha dvividaha. Shabdalankaraha arthalankaraha. Dirgha rupena pashyamaha. Shabdalankaraha. Shabda prayogena kavyasya saundaryam vardayati. Atra arthena iti tankana dosham asti va? Typo. Yeah, I'll fix that. Shabda prayogena kavyasya saundaryam vardayati. Katham bhavati? For example, rhyming. Yatha vayam shlokam api patamaha, kanichana shlokani santi eva, eke eka padam athava eke eka aksharam punaha punaha avartihi bhavati. Tadrisham alankaraha shabdalankaraha iti uchyate. Let me fix it right now. Eka nimisham. Prayogena samyak eva kalu. Yakaraha ka vargaha asti. Arthena. This should be nakaraha. Shabdalankaraha dvividaha. Anuprasaha yamakam yamakaha. Yatra shabda prayogena kavyasya saundarya vardhanam bhavati shabdalankaraha iti uchyate. So when I was studying alankaraha, whatever is given in textbook is given in English. Angila bhashayam dattam asti, kintu parikshayam madhye samskritena lekhitavyam. So write down in like simple words and have one example. Eka udaharanam, eka prabedasya, eka udaharanam likhitva katham varnayamaha iti manasi sthapayatu. How will I describe this if write about shabda alankaraha iti prashnaha asti chet? Shabda alankaraha kaha. you can give a small introduction. Alankarah ityukte kah, alankriyate iti alankarah. Yatha manavaha abharanani taranti tadrisha kavyasya saundharya vardhanam alankara rupena bhavati. So you can give a small introduction. Alankarah dvividah, shabdalankarah, arthalankarah. Yatra shabda prayogena kavyasya saundharya vardhanam bhavati shabdalankarah iti uchyate. Punaha shabdalankarah dvividah, anuprasah yamakam. So you can write down in simple sentences. So that is why I have given this slide in simple sentences. So if you just go through this slide, this is exactly my notes. Whatever I wrote down, in fact, I attempted this question in my Kovida paper. So what's there indebted into simple Sanskritam, and I have given it here. So there is one part where we need to know Alankaraha to enjoy how Kavayaha have used the prayogaha, but from exam point of view also we need to make sure that we are able to explain it in simple Sanskritam. Astu. Atra anuprasah yamakah. Anuprasah vyanjananam आवृत्तिः एकवारं भवति चेत् अनुप्रासः. कथं भवति? There is only one repetition that happens. मम ध्वनिः श्रूयते वा? Is my voice okay? Somebody has messaged saying it's not okay. अस्तु. Vyanjananam avartihi bhavati chet anuprasah. So it was idanim api na shruyate va? Astu. Avrittihi ityukte. Okay, many are saying breaking, some are saying not breaking. Astu. If the breaking continues, let me know. I will switch my internet. Astu. Vyanjananam avrittihi, repetition yatra bhavati tatra anuprasah. Anuprasah ityukte kaha udaharanam. Bahu prasiddham shlokam asti. Ganesha Pancharatna Stotram Mudakaratta Modakam Sada Vimukti Sadhakam Kam iti Avrittihi, repetition bhavati. Anuprasah iti uchyate. Katham bhavati? Anuprasah dvividah yatra swara vyanjanayoho ekavaram avrittihi. The repetition happens once, which means it will occur twice. Chekhanuprasah iti uchyate. Udaharanam chintayami harimeva santatam. Atra chintayami inta harimeva santatam. Punaha inta ekavaram eva avrittihi bhavati. Repetition bhavati. Tad Chekanuprasah. Eshaha Chekanuprasah iti uchyate. Alankaraha dvividaha shabdalankaraha arthalankarah. Shabda prayogena kavyasya saundarya vardhanam bhavati chet shabdalankarah. Shabdalankarah punaha dvividaha. Prathamam anuprasah dvividah, the second type, dvitiyaha yamakam athava yamakalankarah. Yatra avrittihi bhavati, the repetition happens, it is called as anuprasah. Anuprasah punaha dvividah asti. Chekanuprasah. Swaravyanjanayoho आवृत्तिः एकवारं भवति चेत्, it happens, the repetition happens once, which means you will see the either swara vyanjana aksharam repeat twice. So the occurrence will be twice, which means repetition is once. Avrittihi ekavaram bhavati chet chekanuprasah iti uchyate. Udaharanam chintayami harimeva santatam. Udaharanam api likhantu. Sometimes I think some of the examples in the book are very dheergham. So I referred to some of the other notes and took down like simple ones that we will be able to remember. So if you can either look at the PDF Anantaram or you can write it down now. Chintayami harimeva santatam. Inta iti avrittihi ekavaram bhavati. Atra you can see inta occurring twice. Eshaha asti chekanuprasah. Dvitiya prabhedaha vrityanuprasah. Anekavaram bahuvaram avrittihi bhavati chet atra vrityanuprasah. This is a famous example. Punaha Ganesha Pancharatnam. Nitanta kanta danta kanti manta kanta katmajam. Atra inta iti bahuvaram anekavaram avrittihi bhavati. Tadasti vrityanuprasah. Chintayami harimeva santatam chekanuprasah. Nitanta kanta danta kanti manta kanta katmajam. Vrityanuprasah. Okay, I would like somebody to summarize what we have done so far before we go to the next type. Vasanti Bhagini vadati va? Alankaraha ityukte kaha vadatu?
Alankara ityukte alankaram vardayate iti alankaram. Alankaram shabda alankaraha.
Eka nimisham. Alankriyate iti alankaraha. Tadeva. Just say one point. Satya Bhagini bhavati vadatu agre vadatu. Samyak Bhagini. Alankriyate iti alankaraha. Kimartam alankaraha avashyakaha?
Namaste Bhagini. Alankaraha kavyasya abhushanam bhavati. Alankaraha kavyasya ruchim vardayati. Yatra
Eka nimisham. Alam Bhagini. Alam Bhagini. Just one point. So that many can also participate.
Okay.
Atra alankaraha kavyasya abhushanam bhavati. Alankaraha asti chet kim bhavati atra? Lata Bhagini vadatu. Yadi alankaraha asti kavye, what happens?
Kavyasya saundaryam vardayati.
Kavyasya saundarya vardhanam bhavati. Kavyam bahu ruchikaram bhavati. Yada vayam kavyam pathamaha tada anandam anubhavamaha. Bahu ruchikaram bhavati. Uttamam. Priya Bhagini vadatu alankarasya prabhedaha.
Namaskaram. Alankaraha dvividaha bhavati.
Dvividaha bhavati. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Alankaraha dvividaha bhavati. So there are two types of alankaraha. Uma Bhagini agre vadatu. Prabhedaha kaha?
Namaste Bhagini.
Namaskaraha.
Alankarasya prabhedaha shabdalankaraha arthalankaraha.
Uttamam. Shabdalankaraha arthalankaraha. Uttamam. Shabdalankaraha ityukte kaha? Gomati Bhagini.
Shabdalankaraha ityukte anuprasaha.
Nana Bhagini. Shabdalankaraha ityukte kaha?
Shabda prayogena eva kavyasya saundaryam vardayati.
Uttamam. यत्र शब्दप्रयोगेण काव्यस्य सौन्दर्यवर्धनं भवति शब्दालङ्कारः इति उच्यते। भानु भगिनी, अर्थालङ्कारः इत्युक्ते कः?
नमस्ते भगिनी। अर्थालङ्कार means you want this one, what is the definition? शब्दालङ्कार and शब्दप्रयोगेण काव्यस्य सौन्दर्यं वर्धयति।
अर्थालङ्कारः?
अर्थालङ्कारः
शब्दालङ्कारः शब्दप्रयोगेण भवति।
शब्दालङ्कारः शब्दप्रयोगेण भवति।
अर्थालङ्कारः
अर्थं
करेक्ट् भगिनी, वदतु।
शब्दालङ्कारः it is, I mean, it gives the meaning of words, use of words.
अर्थालङ्कारः?
अर्थालङ्कारः comparison.
Not necessarily comparison, किन्तु अर्थेन काव्यस्य सौन्दर्यं वर्धयति। So in
काव्यस्य सौन्दर्यं वर्धयति इति अर्थालङ्कारः।
अर्थालङ्कारः यत्र शब्दप्रयोगेण सौन्दर्यं bhavati, that is shabdalankarah. So only you can see the like rhyming words, repetition that is happening. But in arthalankarah there is a deeper meaning which is conveyed in the verse or in the kavya. So that is arthalankarah.
Dhanyavada.
Uttam. Astu. Agre Parvati Bhagini. शब्दालङ्कारः प्रभेदः।
राम भगिनी,
नमस्ते।
शब्दालङ्कारस्य प्रयोगः द्विविधः अस्ति। चेकानुप्रासः यमकम् इति द्विविधाः सन्ति।
अनुप्रासः
यमकम्।
यमकम् उत्तमम्।
यमकम्
उत्तमम्। चन्द्रशेखरन् महोदय। धन्यवादाः।
अनुप्रासः द्विविधाः सन्ति।
अनुप्रासः इत्युक्ते कः?
अक्षराणां पुनः पुनः आगच्छति। आवृत्तिः
भवति यत्र अक्षराणाम् अक्षरम् अथवा अक्षराणि अक्षरस्य अक्षराणाम् आवृत्तिः भवति, रेपिटेशन् भवति। अनुप्रासः इति उच्यते। उत्तमं महोदय। सन्ध्या भगिनी, अनुप्रासः अलङ्कारस्य प्रभेदः।
चेकानुप्रासः,
वृत्त्यनुप्रासः। उत्तमं। बिन्दु भगिनी, चेकानुप्रासः इत्युक्ते कः?
यत्र स्वरव्यञ्जनयोः एकवारम् आवृत्तिः भवति।
इत्युक्ते कः? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग?
चेकानुप्रासः, one time it's repeated at only one time. That aksharani should
uttamam,
repeating only one time.
So the total number of occurrence will be
one, that is 2 times.
It will be twice. The repetition is once, so the occurrence will be twice. Yatra swaravyanjanayoho avrittihi ekavaram bhavati. Repetition is once, so the occurrence is twice. Bhavati tadasti chekanuprasah. Uttamam bhagini. Geeta bhagini, udaharanam vadatu chekanuprasah.
नमस्कार भगिनी। चेकानुप्रासस्य उदाहरणम् अस्ति चिन्तयामि हरिमेव सन्ततम्। इंत इति द्विवारम् आगच्छति, अतः चेकानुप्रासः अस्ति।
उत्तमं, सम्यक् भगिनी। इन्द्राणी भगिनी, वृत्त्यनुप्रासः इत्युक्ते कः?
नमस्कारं भगिनी। वृत्त्यनुप्रासः इत्युक्ते स्वरव्यञ्जनयोः बहुवारम् आवृत्ति भवति।
बहुवारम् आवृत्तिः भवति. उत्तमम्. अनुराधा भगिनी उदाहरणं वदतु.
आं भगिनी, नमस्कारः.
नमस्कारः.
वृत्यनुप्रासस्य उदाहरणं नितान्त कान्त तन्त कान्ति मन्त कान्त कात्मजं इंत इंत अनेकवारं आवृत्तिः भवति.
उत्तमं, सम्यक्.
धन्यवादः.
अस्तु. Here it is repeated twice. Where it is repeated twice? प्रश्नः कः भगिनी?
मतः उदाहरणं मतः चिन्तयामि हरिमेव चेकानुप्रासः इत्युक्ते repetition happens only once. स्वरव्यञ्जनयोः एकवारम् आवृत्तिः. Means चिन्तयामि हरिमेव सन्ततम् inta twice it is not repeated, ma'am.
No. What is repetition, Bhagini? If I say let me tell a shloka, you repeat it once. Right? Repeat means you have to say it one more time.
Oh, inta is the base first occurrence. So
it is repeated. Correct. Avrittihi means it is repeated one more time. So the occurrence is twice.
Twice.
अनुराधा भगिनी, प्रश्नः अस्ति वा?
आं भगिनी, एकः सन्देहः. अनुप्रासः मध्ये मुदाकरात् मोदकं सदा विमुक्ति साधकम् इदानीम् द्विवारम् आगच्छति. कं मोदकं साधकम्. एवमेव चिन्तयामि हरिमेव सन्ततम् अपि इंत इंत अनुप्रासः चेकानुप्रासः समानम् एव पदं वा?
Anuprasah ityukte, it is the main type where there is a repetition pattern that we see. If the repetition happens once, then it is chekanuprasah. If the repetition happens more than once, then it is vrityanuprasah.
Both comes under anuprasah.
Both comes under anuprasah. Correct. Correct.
Okay. Astu bhai. Dhanyawad.
So you can think of a poem where, say for example, it has 4 lines and say all the 4 lines end with bat, rat, cat, mat, right? So the AT is repeated multiple times. So when it is repeated multiple times, then it becomes vrityanuprasah. Now suppose there are 4 lines, only twice. So the first line ends with bat, the second line ends with mat. So AT is repeated only once. So then it becomes chekanuprasah. I am just giving an easy example to remember.
Astu bhagini. Eka mudakarata modakam same Ganesha Pancharatnam eva anuprasah chekanuprasahasya udaharanam vrityanuprasahasya udaharanam dvitam datam asti na.
Mudakarata modakam sada vimukti sadakam kaladharavadamshakam punaha kam kam bhavati kalu bhagini.
Correct.
So that is also vrityanuprasah eva.
Dhanyavadah bhagini. Dhanyavadah.
Repetition is generally for the entire verse. So if there are 4 lines which are taken, it is typically done for all the 4 lines. So I think that is why this Chintayami Harimeva Santatam is like a line by itself where the Avrittihi happens only once. So in general, it is Vrityanuprasah is more prominent than Chekanuprasah. If you look at any shloka where the repetition happens, you will see the pattern repeated like multiple times than just like twice. One type in 4 lines, ityukte, you have to see the avrittihi bhagini atra. So And then, the same, sometimes you can have a verse where Shabda Alankaraha api bhavati, Artha Alankaraha api bhavati. So there could be a verse that has Swara Vyanjana repetition, Avrittihi. It could also have, Upama Alankaraha, Rupaka Alankaraha, which is there. So there is no set rule that only one type has to be used. So if you count the 4 lines and you see one aksharam repeated twice, then it falls under Chekanuprasaha. If it falls under multiple times, then it becomes Vrityanuprasaha. But then it could also be an Arthalankaraha, where along with this rhyming words, rhyming aksharam, there is also Arthavardhanam that happens. So there is no rule that, if you are using Shabda Alankaraha, you cannot use Arthalankaraha. It's not mutually exclusive. It is generally at least 2 is what I have seen. Because if you look at just one letter, right, then in general it is not very attractive. So I don't think that is considered Alankaraha. In general, if you look at the shlokas, you will see 1, 2 or more aksharams that form the repetition.
Bhagini Chamita, can we take this Sri Rama Rama Rameti? Api udaharana.
So if you take that example, what will be the
Chekanuprasaha?
Kimartam?
Rama Rama Dvivaram Avruti asti.
Dvitiyam Vakyamatra?
Dvitiyam Vakyam Sahasranama Tattulyam kila.
And then?
Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane.
So Rama 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 Kativaram Bhavati Atra?
3 times, 3 varam.
So it will be Vrityanuprasaha.
So it is Vrityanuprasaha. Dhanyawad. Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
So my suggestion would be, like I always say, don't go looking outside in this level to see what is the Anuprasaha here, right? So whenever we start learning a topic, which I have said multiple times, stick to the examples and first try to internalize that so that you don't get confused. Okay, Chintayami Harimeva Santatam. Inta comes twice. So the repetition is once. So this is Chekanuprasaha. Now, if it is repeated multiple times, what is the example? Nitanta Kanta Dantakantam. Okay, for now, our goal should be what is Alankaraha, what are the 2 main types of Alankaraha, how are they different, and each of the subtypes, what is the further classification. I think this itself is enough for us to remember. So I wouldn't wander outside this to find out, okay, is this shloka Chekanuprasaha, is this Shabda Alankaraha, is this Artha Alankaraha? Because you have not spent the time in internalizing this topic first. I'm not discouraging questions. I am just saying, based on experience and based on what I have seen with Chatras also, the more you wander off, you take yourself away from the basics. So get the basics strong, and once you get the basics strong, next time when you look at a shloka, you will be familiar and you will be like, oh, I understand this is a Upama Alankaraha which has been used here. We will be looking at Upama Alankaraha when we do Raghuvamsham. Kalidasa is known for Upama Alankaraha, but before we get there, we need to get the basics of Alankaraha first. So I think I always insist that whenever we are starting a topic, stick to the examples. Gita Bhagini, Shama Mastu, I'm just saying that wandering is not healthy in this stage. It can lead us into confusion before we get our fundamentals right. So I think I consciously practice this, and I think with Guru Kripa, that is one of the reasons why I think my fundamentals are good, because I focus on that before going outside what I am learning. So by the time I go out, I think I have these basics right, and then I am able to explore a little more. Astu. We'll go a little further. Anantaram prashnaha asti chet prichantu. Astu. Atra yamakalankaraha. Yamakam iti uchyate. Atra varnanam samuhaha. A group of aksharam. Atra samam bhavati. It is similar. Kintu bhinna arthena avrittihi bhavati chet yamakam iti uchyate. Punaha aham vadami. Swara vyanjanayoho avrittihi bhavati. So the same group of aksharams are repeated. Kintu yatra binna arthena avrittihi bhavati. The artham of that particular group of aksharams is different when the repetition happens. Atra yamakalankaraha iti uchyate. Pustake, I think there are examples given which I was not familiar with these before, and I didn't want to, I think, spend time exploring and understanding. So I took an example which I already knew, which we all know. Eshaha shlokaha asmabhihi nyataha eva. Agajanana padmarkam gajananam aharnisham anekadantam bhaktanam ekadantam upasmahe. This is a very familiar shloka. I think we had it in Pravesha also. Atra gajanana varnanam samuhaha, group of aksharams that are repeating. Kintu atra gajanana artha bedaha asti. Atra bedaha kaha, what is the binnarthaha? Agaja anana, for Agaja, the daughter of mountain, for her face. Iti arthaha atra bhavati. Agaja anana, agajanana, Parvati. Iti arthaha bhavati. Atra gajananam aharnisham asti. Gajananam ekanamsham dadatu. Shabyatam, I got a call from kids school. Astu, atra varnanam samuhaha gajanana agajanana atra agaja anana Parvati Parvatyaha mukham iti arthaha bhavati. Gajananam gajaha iva ananam yasya asti gajananaha. Ganeshaha punaha aneka dantam yaha dadati saha dantaha. Dantam, aneka dantam, one who gives many things. Bhaktanam, to the bhaktas. Eka dantam, kintu tasya ekameva dantam, damshtraha, dantaha asti. Damshtraha asti. Atra agaja anana, gajanana, dantam, artha bedaha asti. Yamakalankaraha iti uchyate. So the words by themselves, in the inta, chintayami harime vasantatam, nitanta kanta dantakanti. Atra udaharane, inta iti artha nasti. It is just a rhyming word. Like if we have bat and mat, the at does not have a meaning by itself. Of course, in Angila Bhashayam, at iti padam asti. I am just giving an example. Kintu yamakalankarasya madhye atra varnanam samuhasya artha bhavati. A group of aksharams form a padam that has a meaning by itself. And artha binnam bhavati. Gajanana, gajanana iti atra binnam bhavati. So dantam, dantam iti bhedaha bhavati. Yamakalankaraha iti uchyate. Avagatam va? Alankriyate iti alankaraha kavyasya abhushanamasti alankaraha. Kimartam alankarasya prayogaha bhavati kavyasya saundarya vardhanartham bhavati. Alankaraha dvividaha shabdalankaraha arthalankaraha. Shabda prayogena saundarya vardhanam bhavati chet shabdalankaraha. By the usage of words iti artha. So most of the times there is a rhyming word, pada, or group of aksharams that happen. Arthena saundarya vardhanam bhavati chet. So if you read deep into it, there is a different meaning or something that is portrayed in a different way. Atra arthalankaraha iti uchyate. Shabdalankaraha dvividaha. Anuprasaha yamakam. Anuprasaha ityukte kaha? Yatra avrittihi bhavati. Repetition bhavati. Anuprasaha iti uchyate. Ekavaram avrittihi bhavati chet cheka anuprasaha. Chintayami harimeva santatam. Bahuvaram avrittihi bhavati chet vrittyanuprasaha. Nitanta kanta danta kanta manta kanti katmajam. Inta iti bahuvaram bhavati. Anuprasaha. Yamakalankaraha katham bhavati. Varnanam samuhaha bahuvaram ekavaram athava bahuvaram avrittihi bhavati. Bhavanti chet atra artha bhinnam bhavati. Bhinnaha bhavati. So there is a difference in the meaning when the repetition happens. Atra yamakalankaraha iti uchyate. Udaharanam agajanana padmarkam gajananam aharnisham. Agaja anana Parvati Devi Parvatyaha mukham. Gajananam Ganeshaha yasya gajaha iva mukham asti. Gajanana. Anekadantam bhaktanam ekadantam upasmahe. Anekadantam yaha dadati tam dantam. Dantaha dantam. Punaha danta tit damshtraha iti arthaha bhavati. Eka danta. One with one tusk iti arthaha bhavati. Tadasti yamakalankaraha. Astu. Agre arthalankaraha. Pustake api it is not given in very detailed alankaraha, because at this level they are just introducing so that when we read a shloka we can at least identify whether there is just repetition of aksharams, if the repetition happens with a different meaning, if there is a example comparison that is happening. So just for us to be familiar. Arthalankaraha. Arthena kavyasya saundaryam saundarya vardhanam bhavati chet arthalankaraha. Arthalankaraha upamalankaraha rupakalankaraha atishayoktihi arthantaranyasaha shleshalankaraha iti pancha prabedaha santi. There are 5 types. Upama, rupakam, atishayoktihi, arthantaranyasaha, shleshaha iti panchaprabhedaha. We will see each of these in detail with an example. Dirgharupena pashyamaha. Yatra arthena kavyasya saundaryavardhanam bhavati. So to understand arthalankaraha, it is important that we understand the meaning of the shlokam. Panchaprabhedaha upama rupaka atishayoktihi arthantaranyasaha shleshalankaraha. Upama sarve janimaha eva. This is the most used in most of the languages. Simile iti uchyate. Varnayamanasya padarthasya anyena padarthena sadrishya varnanam. So we have a vastu, we have a thing that we want to describe. Yada vayam varnanam kurmaha tata anya padarthena, using a different vastu or a thing, sadrishyam, similarity, simile iti varnanam bhavati che upamalankaraha iti uchyate. So we have something that we want to describe. When we describe it, we compare it with another vastu. Even in lot of shlokas, we have, in Lalita Sahasranamam, Saundarya Lahari, when we define Ambikai, we say, Kamalam iva netram, eyes that are like lotus, iti arthaha bhavati. Eyes like Suryaha and Chandraha. In Tirupavai by Andal, Tingalum Adityanum Yerindar Pol. So Andal says one eye is like that of a sun, another eye is like that of a moon. So indicating, so there is a deeper meaning to it, where she indicates the one with the sun is for the enemies, where he is like a fire, and then the moon is cool for true bhaktas who surrender to Lord Krishna. So atra yatra varnanam bhavati sadrishyam samana vastu prayogena padarthena varnanam bhavati che upamalankaraha. Upamalankare chatvari angani, 4 parts are there. Whenever upamalankarasya prayogaha bhavati, atra chatvari angani bhavanti. Angani kani? Upameyam, upamanam, sadharana dharmaha, upama vachakam. Upameyam. Upameyam ityukte varnamanasya padarthaha. That you want to describe or compare. That is upameyam. Udaharanam vadami. Prathamam chatvari angani kani iti patitva agre saramaha. Upamanam sadrishyam kim iti vadamaha che upamanam. The one to which you are comparing it to. That is upamanam. Sadharana dharmaha. Kimartam atra sadrishyam bhavati. What are you trying to compare? The quality athava gunaha kimasti. Gunaha kaha asti. Tadeva sadharana dharmaha. Upama vachaka shabdaha, like, same as, similar to, iti padani bhavanti. So that will be upama vachakam or upama vachakaha. So upameyam, upamanam, sadharana dharmaha, upama vachaka shabdaha. Mukham chandraha iva sundaram. Atra varnanam kim, what are we trying to describe there? Mukham chandraha iva sundaram. Are we trying to describe chandraha? Are we trying to describe mukham? Vadatu Geeta Bhagini.
We are trying to describe the mukham.
Mukhasya varnanam bhavati. Angamatra kim? Upameyam. Upameyam is the object that we are describing. Atra mukham. Mukasya varnanam bhavati. So that becomes the object that we are describing. So that is upameyam. Uttamam. Padma Bhagini. Atra.
Namaste Bhagini.
Sadrishyam kim, like what iti varnanam bhavati.
Chandraha.
Chandraha. So angam kim atra?
Upamanam.
Upamanam. Uttamam. Mukham iti padam asti. Mukas athava vastu asti. Mukham chandraha iva sundaram asti. Mukham upameyam chandraha upamanam. Kasya gunaha? Kaha gunaha asti atra?
Kasya gunaha saundaryam, the beauty. You're talking about the beauty.
Uttamam. Atra saundaryam, saundarya varnanam bhavati. So what is the sadharana dharmaha? Valli Bhagini?
Iva.
Iva iti vachaka shabdam asti. So what we are saying?
Okay Bhagini. So Sundaram. Sundaram is
so the atra gunaha kaha ityukte sundaram na. Mukham chandram iva sundaram. Mukham tadartham sundaram. So the what is being described there, saundaryam. So that is the gunaha there. Neela Bhagini, atra upama vachaka shabdaha kaha?
Upama vachaka shabdaha mukham.
Mukham iti padam kim?
Mukham chandraha iva sundaram. Upama vachakam iva.
Iva. Uttamam. Upama vachaka shabdaha iva. So we are saying like, same as, similar to. Tadrisham bhavati kalu tadeva upama vachaka shabdaha. Mukham chandraha iva sundaram. Upameyam mukham. One we are trying to describe. Upameyam. Upamanam. One to which we are comparing it with. Chandraha. Sadharana dharmaha sundarata, saundaryam, sundaratvam. The quality, gunaha, bhavaha that we are trying to describe. Upama vachaka shabdaha iva. What are we saying? Like sadrishaha, samam, yatha, bat, iva. Tadrishani padani upama vachaka shabdaha. Anantaram. Atra upameyam kim? Varnyamanam vastu upameyam. The one that you are trying to describe. That is the upameyam, which is mukham. Visheshasya sadrishyam. So for we are trying to describe something and we are trying to compare it with something else. So the one that we have in hand, that we are trying to compare it with, is the upameyam. Upamanam chandraha. Tulana samanam. Saha tulana. It is like. Tulyam iti bhavati chet upamanam. The one to which we are comparing it to. I is like lotus. Atra I iti upameyam. Lotus iti upamanam. What is the quality? It can be long like lotus, or it can be colorful like lotus. It can be mridu like lotus. It can be beautiful like lotus. Gunaha kaha atra bhinna rupena bhavitum arhati. What quality? It can be anything else there. But most of the times, when we have a upama, there is a certain quality associated with it. Udaharanam, chandraha asti chet purnam asti, sundaram asti, tasya ushnata nasti, bahushitalam asti. So there are certain qualities associated with chandraha. So in general, when we compare, those gunaha are by default understood, which we have, by practice. Saundaryam, sundaratvam, sundarata, which is the beauty. Iti arthaha bhavati. Upameyasya vivaranartham sadrishya shabdaha kaha asti tadasti upamanam. साधारणधर्मः कः? समानगुणः, शूरः, मधुर, शूर, मधुर, श्यामल, लघु, दीर्घ, मृदु. So any quality that you are describing, that would be साधारणधर्मः. अनन्तरम् उपमावाचक शब्दः कथं भवति? सादृश्य बोधकः. How are you saying it is equivalent to the word that you are using there? That is called उपमावाचक शब्दः. यथा, वत्, सदृश, सम, तुल्य, तादृश पदानि उपमावाचक शब्दाः इति उच्यते. कृष्णः मेघवत् श्यामलः. हेमवल्ली भगिनी, अत्र कृष्ण
नमस्कारः भगिनी.
नमस्कारः भगिनी. प्रथमं चत्वारि अङ्गानि वदतु, नाम वदतु.
उपमानम्, उपमेयम्, उपमानवाचकं, साधारणधर्मः. उपमावाचकं, साधारणधर्मः.
उत्तमम्. अत्र कृष्णः कः?
कृष्णः उपमेयम्.
कृष्णः उपमेयं. सम्यक् भगिनी, उत्तमम्. उमा भगिनी, मेघ.
मेघ इज उपमानं भगिनी.
मेघ उपमानं.
मेघवत् इज उपमानं.
मेघवत् नास्ति, मेघ.
मेघ उपमानं.
मेघः उपमानम्. उत्तमं. भवानी भगिनी, वत् इति पदं किम्?
उपमावाचकः.
उपमावाचक शब्दः. उत्तमं. शान्ति भगिनी.
श्यामलः साधारण धर्मः.
श्यामलत्वं. यू हैव टू से द श्यामलता अथवा श्यामलत्वं.
श्यामलत्वं, श्यामलता, श्यामलत्वं, श्यामलता,
श्यामलत्वं. कीप इट इजी. अत्र
ओके.
you are describing the darkness.
Yes.
Darkness. अत्र कृष्णः मेघवत् श्यामलः, as dark as इति अत्र पदं भवति. उत्तमं भगिनी. अत्र उपमेयं कृष्णः, उपमानं मेघः, साधारणधर्मः श्यामलत्वं, उपमावाचक शब्दः वत् इति भवति. अभिमन्युः अपि शूरः यथा अर्जुनः. गायत्री भगिनी.
नमस्कारः माता. उपमेयम् अभिमन्यु.
एकनिमिषम्. उत्तमं भगिनी. उपमेयम् अभिमन्युः. The one whom we are trying to describe is अभिमन्युः अत्र. उत्तमं. रञ्जनी भगिनी.
भगिनी. उपमानम् अर्जुनः.
उपमानम् अर्जुनः. We are comparing him with Arjuna. So उपमानम् अर्जुनः. सम्यक्. मङ्गलं भगिनी. अग्रे.
वदामि भगिनि, श्रूयते वा?
वदतु.
किं साधारणधर्मः शौर्यं.
शौर्यम्. उत्तमं. शूरत्वम् अथवा शौर्यं. अत्र साधारणधर्मः. सम्यक्. वेङ्कटरामन् महोदय.
आं भगिनि. यथा उपमावाचकं.
यथा उपमावाचक शब्दः. उत्तमम्. धन्यवादः. उपमेयम् अभिमन्युः, उपमानम् अर्जुनः, साधारणधर्मः तस्य शौर्यं. मङ्गलं भगिनी. वेङ्कटराम महोदय कृपया म्यूट् करोतु. साधारणधर्मः शूरत्वं, शौर्यम्. अनन्तरं उपमावाचक शब्दः यथा. उत्तमम्. उपमालङ्कारः द्विविधः. We have just been seeing so many types today. So अलङ्कारः, शब्दालङ्कारः, अर्थालङ्कारः. शब्दालङ्कारः अनुप्रासः, यमकम्. अनुप्रासः चेकानुप्रासः, वृत्त्यनुप्रासः. अनन्तरम् अर्थालङ्कारः पञ्चप्रभेदाः. प्रथम प्रभेदः उपमालङ्कारः अत्र द्विविधः. There are two types. पूर्ण उपमा, पूर्णोपमा अथवा लुप्तोपमा. यत्र सर्वाणि अङ्गानि भवन्ति, चत्वारि अङ्गानि सन्ति. वाक्ये उपमायाः चत्वारि अङ्गानि भवन्ति चेत् पूर्णोपमा. All the four angani are present in the vakyam that is conveying the comparison. Then it is called as purna upama, which is purnopama. Yeshah balah simhah iva parakrami. Atra ka vadati? Indu Bhagini vadatu. न श्रूयते भगिनी. पंकजवल्ली भगिनी भवती वदतु.
हरि ओम नमस्ते भगिनी. एषः बालः सिंहः इव पराक्रमी. सिंहस्य सर्वान् गुणान् पराक्रमम् अत्र उच्यते. पूर्ण उपमा. बालः सिंहः इव.
अङ्गानि कानि वदतु. अङ्गानि उक्त्वा किं किं वदतु भगिनी. अत्र अङ्गानि कानि प्रथमं वदतु.
उपमेयम् उपमानं साधारण धर्मः उपमावाचकः.
उत्तमम्.
बालः उपमेयम्. एषः बालः.
मन्दं वदतु भगिनी. उपमेयं बालः. उत्तमम्.
एषः बालः अपि
वक्तुं शक्यते.
सिंहः उपमानं.
सिंहः उपमानं. सम्यक्.
इव उपमावाचकः. पराक्रमम् इति.
पराक्रमम्. उत्तमम्.
तस्य क्वालिटी पराक्रमम्.
पराक्रमं साधारण धर्मः.
साधारण धर्मः.
The gunah that we are describing is purnopama. Atra chatvari. Uttamam bhagini. Well done. Atra chatvari angani santi. Upameyam, upamanam, sadharana dharmah, upamavachaka shabdah. Chatvari angani santi. Etasmin vakye. Tadartam purna upama, purnopama. Kutra upamayaha kinchit angam na drishyate. If one or two of the angams are missing, it is not present, but it is conveyed. The artha is conveyed because we know that certain standards of comparison have a certain quality associated. For example, Duryodhanaha iti vayam vadamaha chet, we know he is associated with Dushtaha. Arjunaha iti vayam vadamaha chet, Parakramaha, Parakrami. We know there are certain qualities associated. Chandraha, Shitalaha, Himalayaha, ityukte Unnataha. So there are certain qualities associated with certain vastus for standards, for the standard of comparison. So sometimes even without using all the angani, atra chatvari angani na bhavanti, purnam na bhavanti, atra luptam bhavati. So it disappears or it is not present. Then luptopama, lupta upama, luptopama iti uchyate. Udaharanam karna sadrishaha danashilaha iti padamasti. Atra ka prayatanam karoti. Kaya adya na uktam. Bindu Bhagini, bhavati uktavati va? Prayatanam karoti va?
उपमेयः कर्णः. दानशीलः साधारण धर्मः.
दानशीलता अथवा दानशीलत्वम्.
दानशीलत्वम् ओके सदृशः इदु what is that उपमानवाचकम् उपमानवाचकम् so upamanam is missing
there uttamam atra upama shamita upameyam is missing, the one who are
upameyam is missing
upameyam is missing, the one whom we are trying to compare is not there. Saha karna sadrishah danashilah, it is understood that we are describing somebody. Ramaha va Krishnaha va Nripaha va, it could be anybody, but it is understood that we are describing somebody, and it might be a continuation in the kavyam, right? So it is understood that we are describing somebody who is very generous. Karnaha, like Karna. Uttama. Most of the times in Luptopama, it is the Sadharana Dharmaha which is kind of understood. The Upama Vachaka also need not be explicitly stated. So most of the times you will see the Upameyam and Upamanam being present there. Netram, Kamalam, Mukham, Chandraha. Tadrisham you will see like the vastu that is being compared and the standard of comparison. Kintu atra gunaha kaha, that might be missing, or the upama vachaka shabdaha, it might explicitly not state iva, yatha, but sadrishaha, sadrishi, sadrisham, those might not be used. So most of the times you will see the sadharana dharmaha and upama vachaka shabdaha, those are the ones that are missing in the luptopama. Astu. Can somebody summarize arthalankarah, shabdalankarah samaptah, right? We did the recap. Arthalankarah ityukte kah? Vadatu, Priya Bhagini, vadatu.
Mata. Arthalankarah ityukte arthena kavyasya saundaryam vartayati.
Arthena kavyasya saundaryam saundaryavardhanam bhavati. Uttamam. Pankajavali Bhagini, prabedaha ke?
Arthalankarasya prabedaha upama chatvari prabedaha santi. Pancha prabedaha santi. Upama alankaraha रूपक अलंकारः अतिशयोक्तिः अर्थानंतर न्यासः श्लेषालंकारः
उत्तमं पंच प्रभेदाः सन्ति उत्तमं चंद्रशेखरन महोदय उपमालंकारः इत्युक्ते कः
उपमा अलंकारः चतुरंगानि सन्ति
अत्र अंगानि is the next step. So what is upama alankarah?
उपमा अलंकारः एक वस्तु अन्य वस्तु रूपेण तुल्यं चलन्ति.
तुल्य वर्णनं भवति. उत्तमम्. एकं वस्तु अस्ति, तस्य वर्णनम् अन्य वस्तुना समानं सदृशम् इति वर्णनं भवति चेत् then it is उपमालंकारः. उत्तमम्. का वदति शेखर महोदय? उपमालंकारे कति अंगानि भवन्ति? न श्रूयते.
चत्वारि अंगानि सन्ति.
चत्वारि अंगानि सन्ति. उत्तमम्. इंदु भगिनी?
उपमेयम्, उपमानम्.
एकनिमिषं महोदय. Just one. इंदु भगिनी भवती वदतु.
नमस्कारः भगिनी.
इदानीं श्रूयते.
उपमेयं यत् पदं
अंगानि नाम एव वदतु.
उपमेयम्, उपमानं, साधारणधर्मः, उपमावाचकः. इति चत्वारि अङ्गानि भवन्ति.
उत्तमं. गोमती भगिनी, उपमेयम् इत्युक्ते किम्?
उपमेयम् इत्युक्ते उपमानवस्तुना यत् वस्तुः तुल्यं कृतः सः उपमेयं भवति. यस्य वस्तुना उपमानस्य तुल्यं भवति.
Yasya varnanam bhavati, right? So the one that we are describing is called as upameyam. Yasya padarthasya varnanam bhavati. Varnanam bhavati. That varnanam bhavati, the one we are describing, trying to describe, is upameyam. Uttamam. Uma Bhagini? उपमानम् इत्युक्ते?
उपमानम् इत्युक्ते येन सह तुलना क्रियते तदेव उपमानम्.
उत्तमं.
येन सह तुलना क्रियते.
उपमानम्. उत्तमं. साधारणधर्मः लता भगिनी?
उपमान उपमेययोः भवितुं गुण वर्णयति. समानगुणं वर्णयति.
गुणः कः? दट् इस् साधारणधर्मः. उत्तमं. वसन्ती भगिनी? उपमावाचकशब्दः.
उपमानवाचकशब्दम् is like to say it is like same as. So the sadrishya shabdam is that what we call the upamavachaka shabdam Bhagini.
उपमावाचकशब्दः. उत्तमं भगिनी. सम्यक्. सम्यक्. श्रीप्रिया भगिनी, एकम् उदाहरणं वदतु.
हरि ओम् भणिजी. सीता भूमि इव सहनशीला अस्ति.
भूमिः इव सहनशीला अस्ति. उत्तमम्. अत्र
उपमेयं वदामि वा?
वदतु.
सीता उपमेयं यत् वस्तु अहं वर्णयति तत् उपमेयम्. उपमानं भूमिः तुल्यं कर्तुम् उपयोगं शब्दम् उपमानं. सो भूमिः उपमानं इव साधारणधर्मः. यत् शब्देन अहं समान अंशान् वदति.
साधारणधर्मः इव नास्ति.
सारी साधारणधर्मः सहनशीलता. सहनशीलत्वं और सहनशीलता द्वयेषु द्वयोः मध्ये समान अंशं यत् अस्ति तदेव साधारणधर्मः.
उत्तमम्.
उपमावाचकं इव यत् शब्देन अहं तुल्यं कर्तुम् उपयोगं करोमि तदेव उपमावाचकम्.
उत्तमम्. उत्तमम्.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
अस्तु. प्रश्नः अस्ति वा?
मुखं चन्द्रः इव. It can be classified under upapada samasa also, no?
So samasaha is different, Bhagini. So that we Mukham Chandra iva, we join together and say it as one word, samastapadam. So that I agree with you, but in terms of the grammatical part of it, when you join multiple words and then you substitute it as in one word, then it becomes a samasaha. But in
both they give mukha chandraha.
Mukham chandraha iva. So mukham chandraha iva is mukha chandraha. So what you are saying is correct, but that is actually a type of alankaraha. But when you join together and you substitute it for one single word, then it becomes a samasaha.
But in alankara, how they will give, madam?
How they
They
will
will
give
give
me?
separately. They will give Samastapadam also, no?
No. In Alankara, no. In Alankara, like I said, they will either ask you to explain Alankara, what is Alankara, or explain Rupaka Alankara with example. So from exam point of view, that is what they will test. Even if they Mukachandraha is given and they say what this Alankara could be, you can say it is Upama Alankara, right? But then to classify it further, you need more details. You need to understand the entire text of the Kavyam to know more details. The testing doesn't happen. That is why when I started the class, I mentioned they will not give you Alankaraha and then ask you to tell what it is, right? And even if they give, it will be full sentences. It will not be given as Samastapadam because they are not testing you for Samasaha here. These are two different topics, Bhagini.
Okay, but the examples are same. That is why I got confused.
Yeah. So when you are looking at Samasaha, you have to look at it as you are substituting many words for one word using Samastapadam. When it is Alankaraha, you are enhancing the beauty. And how are you enhancing it? You are enhancing either by rhyming or through Artha. When it is Artha, when you are using something for comparison, then it is Upama Alankaraha. So that is how you have to process in your mind.
Thank you, Bhagini.
Ram Bhagini. See, in Upameyam, no, about which we are comparing, if I am not wrong, correct?
Upameyam is the one that we are trying to describe.
Then Upamanam is to which we are comparing.
Standard of comparison.
Correct. Okay,
correct. So there is a brave soldier. We are saying he is as brave as Arjuna. So so he got Arjuna award. So the soldier whom we are trying to describe is Upameyam. Whom are we comparing with? With Arjuna.
With Arjuna,
who already is known for bravery.
Okay. Thank you, Mata.
Astu.
Mata. Sarvada upamavachakah shabdani avyayani va?
Avyayani va. Na Bhagini, atra sadrisha asti kalu, sadrishaha, sadrishi, sadrisham bhavati kalu. So kamalam bhavati. Iva, yatha, but those are all avyay padam. But whenever you use samam, sama, tulyaha, tulya, tulyam. So when you use those words, it will take the form of the lingam that you're comparing. Correct.
Ma'am, एक प्रश्नपत्रिके प्रतापः सिंहवत् पराक्रमी दत्तवन्तः. पराक्रमी अहं साधारणधर्मः पराक्रमं लेखितव्यं वा पराक्रमत्वं लेखितव्यं?
Parakramam is okay. Parakramam is bravery.
Like sundarata
Sundarata, sundaratvam, saundaryam. As long as it is conveying the term beauty, you're good.
Parakramam is okay.
Yeah, parakramam. Tasya parakramam, his bravery.
Bhagini, in the book, one example for Vrityana Prasa is given. Tava stanyam manye dharani dara kanye. So I think inye is repeated. Inyam is there, but inye is repeated twice. They have considered inyam is also inye.
Yeah,
this Vrityana Prasaha.
Right. I think it is a typo which is given, Bhagini. So if you look at other examples, you can look at Dr. Soumya Krishnapur's from Vyoma, or even Dr. Srimati Vidya Ramesh's class that I attended. The examples which are given in the book are confusing, which is why I stuck to the example which I can remember without getting confused. So, so
So
the
it is
easy.
either typo or
I think it is a typo. I remember asking. I don't remember her answer. I don't remember. But the easiest for you to remember is the Chintayami Harimeva Santatam Nitanta Kanta Dantakanti for Anuprasa, and then Agajanana Padmarkam. Those are the three which are very standard. You need not by heart. By just looking at the shloka, you will be able to say the meaning. In fact, I think this example given there, if I remember, so Dr. Soumya Krishnapur has given it under a different alankara. I think I have to check my notes, Bagni. But then at the end of it, I filtered everything, and then whatever I could remember easily without getting confused, that is what I wrote in exam. That is what I've given in the PDF also.
Okay. And one more doubt, Bagni. Later when we read Kavyam and all, this Mukam, like Gomadi Bagni asked, no? This Samasaka can also be an Artha Alankara. Upama Alankara.
So they can, so when they say
they give Mukachandraha as one Samasta Padam, then it is also a Alankara. Upama Alankara.
So even if you look at Lalita Sahasranamam, where Ambal's eyes and face and the walk, Marali, Mandagamana, she walks like that of a swan. Iti Atah Bhavati. Those are all Upama Alankara eva.
Okay. And one more doubt, sorry, Bagni. Suppose the verse has got 4 lines. Even the first line has got Chekana Prasaga Alankara. The second line would have got Vrityanu Prasaga. So on the whole, we have to see, or for the first line has got Chekana Prasaga, second line.
Whatever line is relevant to the type of Alankara, you can quote that, Bagini. So you can, in a poem, you can have multiple Alankara. It need not necessarily be just one Alankara. No. So that is the beauty of language, right? So if they restrict saying that, then you are basically curbing the creativity of the creator. So that is not how Bhasha is defined. Whenever you use, of course, they when we read about Kavyam and the Niyamaha around it, in olden days, there used to be Kavyam where you have to stick to a certain type of chandas, a certain type of description. But in general, Alankara Prayogaha, you don't see it. In the same Stotram, there can be one verse that has one type of Alankaraha, another one that has something else. There is no hard rule as far as I know.
Okay. Astu Bagini.
Astu.
भगिनी अत्र लुप्तोपमायां अस्मिन् कर्णसदृशः दानशीलः तत्र उपमेयं लुप्तः भवति खलु किन्तु प्रायः उपमावाचकः अपि च साधारणधर्मः एव
लुप्तः भवति सत्यं but there can be we can say pashya karnashila karna sadrishaha danashilah. We can actually, when we are addressing somebody, we can say, right? So in which case upameyam will become lupta, which is very rare.
Okay.
Samanyatah na bhavati. Samanyatah sadharana dharmaha atava upama vachaka shabdaha eva luptaha bhavati. Kimartam chet एक vastuna we have corresponding gunaha which is associated with it. So when we say lotus, or when we say for example manaha, like a slush, it is like, when we say it is cluttered like slush, iti arthaha bhavati kalu. So there are certain vastus
where it is understood.
Yes. So when we say, like I said, when we say Duryodhana, there is no doubt at all, right? Like when we say Shakuni, we know it is the cunningness which is associated with Shakuni, right? So we don't have to necessarily call out he is as cunning as Shakuni iti.
Okay. Astu. Dhanyavadah.
Astu. कोमलत्वं वीर्यं चन्द्रशेखरन् महोदयस्य प्रश्नः अस्ति कोमलता कोमलत्वं वीर्यं तस्य वीर्यम् इति भवति। अन्तिमप्रश्नः पृच्छतु भानुभगिनी।
भगिनी चेकानुपास this one you said chintayami harimeva santatam. So chinta is there, no? The inta. So it is repeated, no? Twice.
Repeated once. It occurs twice. Repeated once.
Oh.
If it only occurs once, then there is no alankaraha, Bhagini. Every word, every combination can occur only once, and there is no beauty in that, right?
Okay.
It is repetition that adds beauty to it. And if the repetition happens once, which means the occurrence is twice.
So inta is written twice, but it only once it is this one. Understood like
if I say, I will say the shloka, you repeat it once. In total, how many times we'll say it?
Once only.
No, if I say, I will say the shloka, you repeat it. Aham vadami bhavati anuvadatu.
Twice.
Repetition happens only if it is followed by the first time, right?
Okay. Dhanyawada. If in case gunaha santi but not mentioned. So luptopama, most of the times kamalam iva netram, mukham chandraha iva mukham. So we have to interpret and understand chandraha iva mukham asti chet shitalam va purnam va. What is it that we are trying to infer from that? We have to understand. Gunaha kaha iti asmabhihi jnatavya. Astu. I actually have a call. I'll take the last question, Bhavani Bhagini, and then I have a call at 12:30.
क्षम्यतां भगिनि, अद्यवर्गस्य प्रश्नः नास्ति, नीतिकाव्यानि सम्बन्धे प्रश्नमस्ति। पुस्तके कानिचित् प्रसिद्धानि नीतिकाव्यानि दत्तमस्ति। अत्र चाणक्यनीतिः केन रचितं न अस्ति, भर्तृहरि वा?
पुस्तके दत्तम् अस्ति खलु भगिनि? It is given by whom it is given?
अत्र द्वयोः दत्तमस्ति, नीतिशतकं वैराग्यशतकं द्वयो मिलित्वा आपोसिट् भर्तृहरि अस्ति। चाणक्यनीतिः அதுக்கு ஆப்போசிட்ல ஒண்ணும் இல்ல.
சாணக்யநீதி must be Chanakya, Bhagini. You can look it up.
எனக்கு என்ன சந்தேகம்னா, தமிழ் புத்தகத்திலயும் அந்த இடம் கேப் இருக்கு. சரி, இங்கிலீஷ்
I don't fully remember. You can ask in the Grahapata Gana, Bhagini.
இல்ல, நம்ம இல்ல இங்கிலீஷ் புத்தகத்திலயும் இல்ல, அதனால தான் கேக்குறேன்.
I have to check and tell, Bhagini.
अस्तु भगिनि, धन्यवादः। क्षम्यतां भवत्याः टैम्।
अस्तु, धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः।
ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। शुभदिनं। पुनर्मिलामः।